Have you ever noticed that the more you level up, whether it be your career, your success, your health, your appearances, the more side eyes you get, the more snarky comments that you get. And this could be from friends, it could be from family, or it could be from strangers, people who don't even know you. At first, you start to just shrug it off, but then over time, doesn't it get unbearable, a bit too much?
If you just being yourself or your presence alone triggers people, understand that it's because they perceive that you're powerful. Something about you triggered an insecurity within them, which made them feel like they needed to assert power over you to feel better about themselves. It could be your attractiveness, your beauty, your confidence, your authenticity, or there's people who have like this natural dominant vibe because they were born to be a leader. Or you just simply stand out because you feel free to be yourself. Whatever it is that you have triggered them and they're projecting it onto you. To feel better, they are going to play these subtle power moves to feel like they've asserted power over you so that they can get this surge of energy to feel better about themselves again. It doesn't matter if you're kind or respectful or you don't have ill intent towards people. They will mistreat you simply because of how they feel. It's their own inner voice and self-belief that suggests that they're not good enough. So they feel the need to assert power over others to compensate. So if you're kind and respectful, they will weaponize that because you're an easy target. Your kindness and humility is a virtue, but you have to know how to protect yourself from people who have ill intent towards you.
So the truth is that you need to protect yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and socially. So stick around in this video and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So first we're going to break down why this happening to you, why people are responding to you this way, and then we're going to go into the different types of strategies that you can use to protect yourself. Welcome back to SHIMA Saba. This channel is all about self-care, self-development, self-improvement. I talk about relationships as well as hair content. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, and I truly do hope you guys love it here. Just the very first thing to do is just to embrace the fear. Don't run away from it. Whether it is like something that whenever you are probably going through the fear of rejection or the fear of failure or the fear of standing out too much, this is something that you have to accept within your own self before you begin to think about other people. So the very first thing you have to do in your own self is to work through the fears that you may have over something, because this is just a natural reaction that humans tend to have whenever they are stepping into something that is big. So when people are seeing you, when you're doing this, you are the embodiment of something that they wish that they could achieve, that they can't have. And so it is just a natural response to any person when they see a person doing something that they wish they had. But there's levels to it. To feel it in yourself, but then to act on it by being rude or being disrespectful, that is something that's along the line of toxicity. But to have the feelings of jealousy is a natural human emotion. But how you use that is determining of how you are, your maturity level as a human being. So for me, in my experience, is that but if I see someone doing something, a friend of mine that is achieving a certain type of goal, that is making a certain type of amount of money, or in recognition of things that they enjoy, instead of me giving them a snark remark or saying, trying to put them down or try to dismiss them, I'm not trying to bring them down to where I'm at, because currently I don't have that. But what I do is that I get ambitious about that. I start to work towards what it is that they have that I want. So that is the difference. But understand that the fear, the jealousy, and that fear, the feeling of that is a natural human emotion. That's a natural human tendency. But it's about how we react and how we respond on those situations. So if you're on the opposite side, something which I have experienced my entire life is that from as long as I've known it, people have, I'm going to be honest, I'm the type of person that I like to improve on myself a lot. And it's not a competitive thing. I just like to improve on myself, whether it be health, because I've suffered health issues. And so that made me into a person that's really into improving their health, eating right, fitness, because outside looking in, it's like a person may be hating on me, but they don't realize all the stuff that I had to go through to get to this point. And so that right there makes me realize not to take people seriously. And when a person is trying to diminish you or trying to bring you down or trying to say snide remarks or stuff like, oh, you think you're doing too much, like who you're trying to impress, whatever they're saying, first of all, they don't know me and they don't know the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. Don't even pay that much attention to that type of mindset. Don't let it be something personal. It is all about that other person. It's not about you. You're not doing nothing wrong. It's more so about who that person is. And they're just showing that they are just insecure. When you are coming across individuals or this type of energy, is to not give it any attention. So this shows that these people, they have a sense of lack, they have insecurity. Don't give them no attention. Just ignore them. Don't try to go into pleasing mode and trying to make them see things from your point of view or try to like put a connection to make them feel comfortable. That's not your work to change that person. That is something that they need to do on themselves. They need to go see a therapist about handling that type of energy because they cannot handle it. So that takes a lot for a person to change another human being. Think about it. You're trying to change your own self, so you cannot try to make another person be better or try to understand your perspective. So the best thing that you can do for that is just to ignore that type of energy. So just focus on your own growth, continue to try to evolve, continue to try to be better. This obviously shows you that you're doing something right. You are doing something that you need to continue doing. So when you are coming across this energy, don't try to go down, try to meet them at their level. Don't allow them to dim your light. So what you have to do is to continue to get better. Not to do that in spite of them, just to do it for yourself. It's to continue to work out hard, whatever it is that you go on your fitness goal. Continue to get the good body if that's what you want. Continue to be successful. Continue on your business endeavors. Continue trying to get the promotion at your job. Continue, regardless of everybody around you, the people that you work with, everyone's against you in that environment, and no one likes you and they're hating on you. And you're not doing nothing. I'm not saying if you're doing something bad to them, but you're doing good. You're being polite. You're being kind. You're being respectful. And people are just hating on you because you're being successful. Just continue to do this regardless of how they feel. Because when you try to step to their level, they're going to do even more to make you feel even less about yourself. So people tend to do this when they see people who are just at the beginning. So you are meant to grow and grow. And at this level, it determines whether you continue to grow or you go back into your own ways. And so the people who are around you and they are not giving you the love and the appreciation because all the strength it takes you to continue to start in the first place, continue doing, because look at it as like a test. So the further you grow, you'll be more along the lines from your past self to where you really truly want to be. So continue to do is to ignore the hypocrisy, ignore the hate, ignore the dehumanization that they will try to inflict on you when they are insecure and they're jealous. So again, that falls into the second step, is to stay true to your vision, regardless of what others or naysayers are saying around you, because it is just a test. Whenever you are just becoming successful, that is where you get the biggest amount of hate. That's when you get the biggest amount of people trying to say something to you. But once you are along the lines and you're so far into your success, you don't really get that as much. Then people start to admire you for what you had, admire you for all the adversity that you have gone through to get to the places you be. And that's where people begin to feel motivated and inspired by the success and the different things that you are doing. So if that makes you feel any better, is that, again, you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. And think of it as just levels to it. Do not go back. Do not go down, because whenever you go back, whenever you go down, when people bring you down, when people try to dim your light, when you're trying to please everybody around you, you got to keep starting back over. Then you're going to be in that energy of just like jealousy for a long period of time. But you have to continue to improve yourself. You have to continue to grow. You have to continue to develop. And I'm not saying that it's impossible for you not to go through this. It's impossible for you not to feel this way. But you will have more people supportive and motivated by you. The further you going, the further that you're trying to get better, and the further that you are developing. Remember why you're doing what you're doing. What is your reason? What is your why? For me, again, I'll use another example of myself. My health issues. I had hypothyroidism, PCOS, endometriosis. And so for me, my health journey, my fitness journey began because of those issues. And so for me, I had to continue every day, watch what I eat, make sure that I eat well. I have to learn a lot of my own, knowing my body more than most of these doctors know my body, trusting myself, and doing what's best for me. So this is the reason why I am doing what I am doing, to continue to be healthy, regardless of people thinking I'm too much, or people feel uncomfortable around me, or people feel insecure because they're not taking care of themselves and they are getting big and they're getting obese and then they're starting to look old as we're the same age. And I'm working on my body and I'm making sure that I have the desired body that I have, not only externally but internally beautiful. So this is my why. So you have to remember, why are you doing what you're doing? What is the reason for it? How do you want to see yourself in the future? What is the end term of the goal that you have that you're seeking out for yourself? What business that you want to have? What is your reason why? So the reality of this is that you cannot control people. You cannot control anything that they do. You cannot control how people respond. But the only person that you can control is yourself, how you respond. And so I'm going to give you guys this. So I've learned that with any type of passive aggressive or whatever hate that you're doing, that you're receiving, of you trying to be better and you bettering yourself, it's just to ask them, what are you trying to say? Hey, what do you mean by when you said this? So a lot of times that stops people in their tracks, because for one, it's not you being aggressive towards them. So in my past, when people responded negative to me, I would try to match that energy with them. And then as I began to evolve and try to just be better as a person, I started to be feeling more feminine. I like to just be at peace, and I like to just be in my energy, and I like to be calm. And so I realized is that if a person is feeling that way and they're feeling hateful and they feeling what energies they feeling, I don't have to get out of my energy. I can just say to them, what do you mean by that? You get what I'm saying? I'll ask them a question about, what do you mean by that? Why are you doing that? Or are we fighting? I didn't know that. Things like that, it can make a person feel stupid for even feeling that way or saying those things to you. So that's a key advice, is to, when you see this happening to you, for one, is to ignore it. Don't personalize it. Like I said earlier, do not take this personally. It's just them. This is their problem. This is not your problem. So the third solution is to surround yourself with positive energy. Surround yourself around the people who are doing the similar things that you are doing. Or if it's like your mother, if your mother is positive, you have a good mother, talk to her. If you have positive friends that uplift you and encourage you, continue to be around them. Continue to be around people who are supportive of you. And if you don't have people in your life like that, or if the people who are in your life currently are the ones who are trying to target you because you're trying to be better, and they are feeding more into their energy, obviously spend less time with them. I won't just say completely outright cut people off, because learn how to deal with people, because not everybody is going to be on your team. You're going to go through life just cutting everybody off because they respond a certain type of way. Don't just cut them off. I would just say limit your reactions around them, or limit the conversations you speak to them about. But I would suggest is to add people in around you that are doing the same things that you are doing, or put yourself around people who are who that you aspire to be like. If you want to have this goddess body that people want to have, if you want to have this type of body set, look for women that have that. And I'm gonna be honest, those type of women are they love to give people help. Feel that, wow, a woman, especially a woman, it's the biggest compliment when another woman is asking you, hey, how did you get this? Like, can you teach me? Can you tell me how to get this type of body set? What do you do? Because when I be at the gym and people be asking me, like, how do you get your sets? How do you get this type of body set? I'll be ready to show them exactly what I did, because it's the biggest compliment and you do want to give back. You do want to help people. That is, if you coming from a healthy place, you want to help other people. And so that's another thing I want to say is to don't ever take yourself so far. Don't ever try to go so far that you're like so isolated that you think that you're above everybody and that everybody is just beneath you. Always try to give back in some way to other people. That gives you a sense of connection. Now, I'm not saying do this around the ungratefuls. Don't give back to the ungratefuls. Give it back to the people who are there that are willing, that do need it. And it gives you a sense of connectedness, and it gives you a sense of purpose, because there are other people that you wish that you had learned from. So be that beacon of light to just give back to other people. But yeah, so back to what I was saying is to form communities, be around, go to different workshops, go and be around, go to different seminars if you want to grow a business, if you're into that creative success. Be around people who are like that. Look for different groups. I'm telling you guys, I don't know what city that you're living in. Even if you're not living in a city, there's like online communities. These things are out here to be around, to communicate and to express yourself and to relate to other people, because you're not the only one. You obviously aren't the only one. You see, you're getting this inspiration from other people. So you got to know that there are other people that are like you. Be around the other people that are like you too. And also just to give back to others as well. That's my suggestion. That's my piece of advice. So the last step is to focus on what you can control. I said this earlier, is that you cannot change other people's mindset, but you can control your own actions and your own mindset. Focusing on the things that you can do. So you cannot respond, like I said earlier, to negative actions. Or you can just ask some questions. Hey, why? If this becomes too much, and you just see things for what it is, but you cannot change every single person that's around you. You have to realize that this is just how people are. But the only thing that you have control over in this situation is you cannot allow this energy to discourage you. And it could feel very isolating. And I remember when I used to be at this one particular job, and a lot of people at this job really, really, they didn't like me at first. And I had no idea why. I was always so kind and I tried to be the sweetest person ever. But that didn't make them change. That made them go after me even worse. Sad to say, this made them go after me even worse. But the thing that I did do is that I started to focus on myself, and I started to focus on just getting better at my craft. I started to align myself with the supervisors, to align myself with the bosses, to align myself with the managers. That's something that I did. That's something that I could have control over. Have a sense of gratitude. If you are not feeling loved, if you're feeling too heavy, what type of day that you have, that's the perfect moment to give yourself the compassion that you need, to give yourself the love that you need, to give yourself a sense of grace, and have an admiration for yourself, to recognize how far you have come, how far you came from how you used to be to how you are now. And you might not be all the way that where you want to be now, but the progression, the process, the development, the purity you are in your life right now, that you have came so far away from where you were once in the past. And that could just relieve so many shackles of that energy off of you. It's a very freeing feeling to have. And I know I've done this, especially whenever I felt that way. I would definitely begin to just sit in my emotions, feel what I'm feeling, allow myself to feel those feelings. And then I would give myself what it is that I'm longing for at that moment. If I'm longing for love, I'm longing for a deep connection, I would reach out to loved ones. And then, or if people aren't around for me to talk to, if they're too busy, I know how to give my own self-love. I know how to be there for myself. And so I would journal, I would write, I would listen to music, I would go on a drive. I will always sit with myself, because you have to learn how to Sit with your emotions, be there for yourself, to give yourself the love that you need, to give yourself the love that you are lacking. Because sometimes it could be isolating, it could be a lonely journey when you are improving, when you're bettering yourself. And the only type of energy that you are getting is just like people being weird towards you. You need that energy of love. And so give it to yourself. Like I said, journaling. I'll go on a walk sometimes. I'll go on a car ride sometimes. Speak to loved ones. You have to know how to do these things. If you don't know how to do it, Google it. ChatGPT it. ChatGPT has so many examples of how to do these things for yourself. Give yourself different type of journal prompts. It has everything. Don't get caught up in what other people are thinking. Just make sure you guys are there for yourself. So keep that in mind while you're doing what you're doing. And just be thankful along the journey of what you are doing. So in conclusion, protecting yourself when you become her or when you become the it girl means embracing fear, true to your vision, surrounding yourself with positive energy, and focus on what you can control. But you are more than capable of standing tall when you're in this period of receiving negativity. So remember that this energy, this shade that you're receiving from people, it is not a reflection of your worth, but it's just a reflection of their insecurities and their fears. So remember to keep on shining. Don't dim your light for nobody. Keep loving yourself. Always give to people. And always give to yourself as well. Give love to yourself as well. I hope this video has been very helpful for you guys. Let me know in the comment section of the things that you have done to repel this negative energy when you are becoming like her, or whenever you're becoming successful. Let me know. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, peace.